Hey there, in this video we got Godzilla to your left and Ranger Rick's Ford Ranger to the right. So we're just on a fun little trail here and I wanted to show him my Thor's Lightning. So we're gonna do a little comparison to the unit that he used to have, because half of it is still good, you'll understand in a second. And we'll do an air down, we'll do an air up, and check it out. So there's my man, Ranger Rick. What's up?
How's it going, guy?
And here is the unit. So that's the Thor's Lightning. And you were mentioning to me you had a unit kind of like this, right?
Yeah, mine was kind of similar to this one as well, but
like a twin compressor, right?
Twin compressor,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of twin compressor setup, similar output and everything. But the issue with mine was that the connection from the Gator Clamp to the unit had this quick piece connector that actually malfunctioned. It wasn't proper amperage,
Okay.
so it melted down. So this one just being a straight unit right from the actual compressor to the Gator Clamps, just a way better quality. As with the wiring, it's a better quality as well, just good electrical wire.
So you were pumping away and it basically fused or
just got off the
trip?
trail and I was pumping it up. I heard like a plastic melting smell. I kind of smelled it, didn't hear it.
Oh yeah.
And then looked over and it was smoking a little bit.
Yeah,
pulled it apart right there. Didn't want any issues. Actually didn't get to my full, compressor or air level I like in the tires.
Yeah.
But had to pull it apart just because it was falling apart, and then the actual wire came out of the connector. So at that point I couldn't use it anymore.
No bueno. So to the trash, but you still have your hose.
Yes.
So let's do a quick comparison of the hoses. So
absolutely.
Thor's Lightning, right there. I've got the gray hose set up, but I just got this red one. So right off the bat, when we compared the hoses, this is like a rubberized. I mean, it'll be able to take heat, because these do heat up at the connectors when it's been running for a bit. Yours is like kind of plasticky, not the same.
The quality is definitely lower on this one.
Has no flex.
Yeah.
Has no flex.
Very rigid. Could kink, possibly. Yeah. It's just not a good quality at all.
The gauges are not far off. I think just the quality of the build is just better on, like you see you got tape right there.
Yeah.
This one is just clean.
More attention to detail definitely on the Thor's Lightning as well with the logo. I always thought this looked a little too plain here.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit like off the shelf. That's a little more personalized.
What did those hoses cost? You remember?
These ones, I got them on sale for $200. I think they normally run about $250 though.
Yeah, and I think the Thor's Lightning is $215. The other thing I noticed is your connectors. You get this like rubberized, I guess, to kind of sync it together. It's probably screwed in here, versus this is just whatever you would call that, heat pressed. I mean, it just goes the hose right to the connector, so no rubber, plastic, or crap to connect it. So this looks like better quality. And these chucks you push down on the valve, versus you have
this one's kind of similar, but again, just better hardware on the Thor's Lightning system. These ones tend to this one's already got issues. It's gunking up. It's more of a two-hander that's a little bit more smoother operation.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's air down. What do you air down to usually?
Usually go down to about like 17.
17.
Depends
Okay.
on the terrain. If I'm in sand, I might go a bit lower.
17. I'll do. I'm on 37s. I'll do 15. You do 17, and let's see how quick it goes. So everybody kind of understands how these get hooked up. We'll hook them up. We'll show you. We'll air them both down and kind of see which airs down quicker. What's your PSI right now?
Right now it's about 35, 36 probably to each tire.
I'm about the same. So we'll see. Because I'm guessing this is a 1/4 inch hose. This looks a little thinner, like ever so slightly thinner. There's not even a gauge on it, where this one will actually tell you it's a 1/4 inch. Caution, risk of bursting, do not exceed 300 PSI. So it does say 300 PSI somewhere. There we go. Get that on camera. 300 PSI. This one's not even telling you any warnings, what the size is.
No, there's actually no information at all on the actual hoses. They look very just generic.
Yeah.
Would be nice to kind of see a rating there, a safety warning of some sort.
Absolutely.
But let's just make it even. Let's both just go to 15 since we're both at about 36 street pressure.
Yeah.
Let's just make it an even race and just go down to 15.
Okay. So we'll pause this, we'll hook up, and then we'll get a timer and air them down. We'll see how quick it goes. Okay, so we both hooked up the 4 hoses with the chucks right down on the valves. It all works fine. So the one thing we noticed, I forgot, I don't put a ton of air in mine. So Ranger Rick's at, let's just say 33, and I'm at 26. You know, we're both just slightly below. So what we're gonna do, that's a difference of 7. So the Ranger is gonna go down to 18 and I'm gonna go down to 11. So why don't we, are you hitting a timer on your watch? Do you have it? Sure.
We can do it that way.
We'll do a timer so that maybe we'll just pause this while it's timing away.
Timer or stopwatch?
The stopwatch. And then we'll see. All right, ready?
Well, let's get to our valves, I guess I would say. Yeah.
What?
On you.
On marks, get set, go.
How do you usually turn on and off yours, or how do you just kind of know where you're at?
You got to turn it on and off.
You kind of 100 Mississippis and you know where you're at?
Yeah, because what happens is they both will show 0.
During operation.
Yeah. I like you had extra added effects with that, the dust blowing.
The dust blowing on the ground? Yeah. It kind of creates a nice V pattern, huh?
Versus I'm hung up here, but...
It'd be funny if it started flying around once it blew out there.
That means the air would be going out quick. So let's do a quick test right now. Let's just see where we're at.
Yeah.
So ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello. One-handed.
I'm at about 25.
22.
So about 50 seconds in, and we went down about... 8 or so. Yeah,
you went down more, but your pressure is higher, so that's going to be a difference. Yeah, and I'm a bigger volume tire pushing less pressured air. Less pressure air, yeah. Because I got more air. Because you're what size?
I'm 295, 7017.
295, 77. So
33.4.
Like 33 and a half, and I'm 37. Okay, well, let's keep going.
All right.
3, 2, 1. All right, so Godzilla 37s, that's kind of a difference there, right?
That's a big difference, I would say.
Yeah.
It's not exactly apples to apples.
So it'll be interesting on the air up too, time-wise.
See how long it takes?
Yeah. Because again, we're trying to get the same PSI range of what we'll be adding and taking down. But you know what I like? We're back here talking about the rigs, looking at them. Anybody else airing down with an an ARB, where did that come from? An ARB, they got to do one tire at a time and check it and check it and check it, versus we could be having a coffee or a brew and chatting, getting ready to go for our, trail ride, and come and checking once in a while. And every tire is the exact same pressure. So this equalizes the pressure, which is nice.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice at all.
Are we about 2 minutes in? Two and a half?
2 minutes and 15 seconds in.
Let's go to 3. I have a feeling, because I kind of know it always takes me about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes to air down 37s, 35s, or 40s.
I'd say because my tire's so compacted and the pressure's pretty high, it's maybe not that long with the 4-way system.
Yeah. Well, let's check it. Let's see where we're at. We're almost 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm at 15.
So I'm at 17. So you're going to stay there?
I'm going to stay there.
Okay.
It's pretty low for me. As we spoke of before, it's not exactly apples to apples because it's the bigger size of your tires, which is the smaller size of mine, pushing more of that air out. Per se, you can hear it kind of coming out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You blasted that dirt.
Cloud I made.
So, but it's a good case in point for people to know. If you got 33s, you're going to air down to 18 in
about a minute and a half.
Minute and a half.
Stopped it there and talked for the middle point there.
Yep.
So about a minute and a half.
And maybe 2.5 minutes if you're going down to 12, which is probably and then anything below 12, you want to have bead lockers.
I would say, or even bead lockers, anything below 14 if you're really doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
If you're just mowing through some sand or snow, you'll probably be fine, but if you're going to be turning at high speeds or anything, personally, I think bead locks are a tremendous help with that.
You got bead locks on there?
No,
you don't.
But hopefully in May,
you plan to.
Fingers crossed. ROW will bestow upon me a new set.
Nice.
Mono-forged hybrid bead lock, so it should be lighter weight, durable, and then also bead lock technology, so I can go to those low pressures.
check out Ranger Rick's YouTube if you want to follow that. What's your YouTube?
Going to be Ranger Rick Overland on YouTube.
Ranger Rick Overland on YouTube. So check that out. I think I'm going to stop there. I'm at 12.9. I'm going to stop there.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah, so 4.5, 5 minutes when I want to get down to the 12 range. But we'll leave it there. So next up, we'll do the air up with the twin compressor Thor's Lightning. And
on the different hose setups to see which one really pumps it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Or which hose
we'll do that.
More volume. Yeah.
So we'll do mine first. Okay, so we fired up Godzilla. We are at 13, just over 13, and let's fill her up. We'll step back a bit. So here, because there's pressure from the compressor, you do see, instead of seeing 0, you do see the PSI, but you do want to turn it off to confirm exactly what you're at. And one of the nice things of this, again, just like airing down, all 4 tires are exact same PSI. Same thing airing up. Every single tire is the same PSI. Do you have a stopwatch going?
No, I don't.
I think we're about 30 seconds, so we'll just add 30, about half a minute to that. Okay, so we're airing up from 13 back up to maybe 28. I'll put these up to 28. So that means we're adding 15 PSI to 37s. And again, if I'm on the trail, well, I'm on the trail, but we're just doing this more of a demo. But you know, I could be chilling out, packing away some recovery gear, getting other things organized versus going tire to tire like most people do.
Yeah.
These 4,
very time consuming.
So time consuming.
Backbreaking almost.
I'm embarrassed to say, but I'm that guy. I had a Harbor Freights with doing 1.4 cubic feet a minute air. This compressor here does 10.4. So multiple times more than one of those Harbor Freight deals. 10.4 I think is one of the highest rated in the industry, and is doing amazing. And as you noted, just all the couplings, all the way this whole thing has been manufactured is top notch, right down to the Gator clamps to your battery. And
absolutely, you can see the quality and the craftsmanship and the attention to detail and the fittings that just kind of take it up to the next level.
Yep. And then next we'll take that compressor, but we will use it on that hose system, and then we'll air down again. We won't film that part, but we'll get it back down to the same pressure, and we'll air up with the Thor's Lightning hose, and we'll see really if it makes a difference on the Ford Ranger and the typical. Most people are running 33s. It's not everybody that runs 37s like Godzilla over there.
Everyone's got a beautiful Toyota like this one.
So I'm gonna go see where we're at real quick. Got to shut it off, and we're at 24, so I want to go up 4 more. And be careful, this does get hot. Sometimes it's good to have gloves. How much time we at?
We're at 2 minutes, a little bit over 2 minutes.
Including the 30 seconds at the beginning?
2:30.
Okay.
2:43 to be exact.
Okay, so adding the 30 seconds, that puts us at, like, let's just say 3.5 minutes. We'll do another 1.5 minutes, and I should be at my 28. I added 15 PSI in literally minutes. 4.5 minutes.
But all 4 at the same time. So whereas before you would be doing 1, that would take you maybe minutes.
Yeah.
You can get all 4 done in 3, 4.
And I don't know if you've had like that ARB style tire pressure. You gotta like put it back on, check the pressure, then put the compressor back on. It's just like a rigmarole.
Because my previous unit did not have the tire pressure gauge built into the unit, so it was juggling 2 different tools trying to figure out
exactly
where the pressure's at, how much more to add. And even at the end, you'd still have 1 at 34, 1 at 37. They'd all be off, whereas this is just symmetrical.
Yeah. And when I'm on the trail, I'll do all 4 when my buddies have done 1. You know. And then the problem is you got to make sure all your friends buy this, because you end up, guess what? Helping fill up their tires.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, you're done. Can you
borrowing your system?
Can you get my passenger side, please?" All right, so let's check, because that's been about another minute. 29. So I'm gonna leave it there. 29's fine. Again, these are 37s, and this is just, I'm not doing any highway, I'm cruising local. But holy cow, that was fast.
Yeah, that was about, with the extra time, about 4 minutes or so.
Okay, so let's take the compressor off and we're gonna throw it over to your rig. And with those hoses, so let's see how long that takes. Okay, Gator clamps are on. We are at 15. Start the timer, sir.
There we go.
All right. So on Instagram, what's your call sign? It's Ranger Rick.
Ranger.Rick19.
Ranger.Rick19, because this is a 2019 Ford Ranger. And you're loving this truck, right?
Absolutely. Coming up on 3 years in June now with it, and it's been an absolute blast. From stock to this and many more things to come. I absolutely love it. A great competitor to the mid-size market. I think it gives the Tacoma a run for its money.
Yeah, nice.
I hope to see more. I'm seeing more and more of them out on the road.
There'll be a walk around of this truck on your YouTube channel, so I'll put a link down below for the full build walk around. And then also, on Instagram, you're the biggest Ford Ranger guy out there.
I would say pretty much so. Definitely on the West Coast, maybe even on the whole US, but one of the few to start it and one of the few to reach, about 20,000 followers. Very proud of it. Happy to be connected with most of them as well, sharing my knowledge with them,
Nice.
giving feedback, how to fit this, how to fit that, what parts to run. Trying to, give back to the community because, it's given back to me in such a way.
Now
I love off-roading.
these Ford Rangers have been in Australia, in South Africa, and other countries, finally here in the US, and they're badass.
No, definitely. They've been, some would say they never really left the other markets. They just left the US markets for the time period between about 2012 and 2019, of course, but
Ford has watched Tacoma dominate the market, and they're like, wait a minute, we've got a comparable,
no, we need a piece of this pie as well.
more horsepower in these bad boys too, I believe.
More horsepower and better fuel economy too.
And better fuel economy, yeah.
No boring V6s here. We're a twin, sorry, not twin, I'm sorry, I wish it was twin. We're a single turbo 4-cylinder, but very powerful, good grunt, and then good gas mileage when you need it, even on the 33s.
Nice. I love that top in the back. That's the Smart Top, or now known as the Tour Top. We'll take a look at that before the video's done. But let's go see how much time have we done.
We're at about 2.5. I think that should be a pretty good time. So we're at 30. I mean, I could take off and go about my day like that, but
yeah,
to be at about 35.
If you were in a rush and the wife was waiting for some take home,
less than 2.5 minutes, which before 2.5 minutes, I'd spend more time than that on one tire.
So I think we got 1 more minute left. So why not just fill her up?
Let's get it going.
Okay. I'll pause because it's a minute. You saw how quick that was to go from 18, 12 PSI.
Got about, we'll say 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
So that was 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And so you had a twin compressor before that went with these blue hoses.
Yeah, I had a similar setup compressor that's to the Thor's Lightning, although not as good quality and attention to detail.
Was it as fast? Did it do it in under 4 minutes?
No, it seemed like it was having kind of a constriction with the 2-piece quick connector. Upon more investigation after the meltdown, I noticed that the quick connector wasn't rated for the proper amperage of the unit.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it was not getting the proper power pull towards it. Whereas this one, with the elimination of the redundant connector, it's getting enough power to it that it sounds better, it's much stronger, and I would say a little bit faster.
It's getting all the power it needs from the battery, and that's why, like, damn, that's fast. That's fast, aired up.
3 minutes, 15 seconds, and you're gone. You're back to highway speeds, and you're back on the trail, leaving your buddies in the dust to do it 1 tire at a time.
Awesome. Should we air down and try the Thor's Lightning?
I'd be good to consider that as well.
Okay, we'll do a quick air down, show you the how much pressure, and then do an air up just to see if the red hoses are any quicker. I mean, that's still lightning fast because of this, but then the red hoses seem to be better quality as well for longevity of, how many times you're gonna air up and air down, right? If you're hitting the trail a lot. So we'll air down quick and be right back with the magic of film. Okay, we switched out the hose, which was pretty quick. We're at 35. So let's air down. Look at that. So one thing I wanted to point out, because we weren't going to show video while we air down, but might as well now. Look at the connection. So here, much easier, especially when you roll up, there's the little joint. This one has this extra long hose kind of shooting off of it, which I find odd. It'll probably help save half a minute of air up time because of little things like that. But the Thor's Lightning just seems a little bit more thought out and easier as far as the air up connections. Okay, we did pretty much 2 minutes, 13 seconds, and we went lower, so we went to 14.8. So this was faster, and I would have to attribute that to the fact that the hose, that 1/4 inch, is a little bit bigger than that blue plasticky hose. And I was just mentioning to Ranger Rick, this is hard to roll up, especially for that little joint there. It's a pain in the butt, where this is a little bit more of a softer, pliable, malleable hose. It rolls up so much faster. So that aired down faster, I mean, you know what, a minute and a half faster, but hey,
somewhere around that ballpark. But yeah,
everything counts.
I think, like you said, due to the bigger, some would say gauge,
yeah,
or diameter of that hose, it's just allowing more volume of air to come out.
So let's,
again, just more time for you to be on the trail.
Yep. So let's air up. And what's interesting, some of you might already have a ARB twin compressor on board, so you just need to buy the hose system and plug it into your ARB, and voila, you're pumping up fast. So but of course you can buy both sets together. So let's fill it up and see how quick that takes if we're going to be fast. All right, so we're going to air up. The stopwatch is started. Oh, the other way. There we go. Let's see if this slightly bigger gauge hose is faster. How long of an air up were we when we did it with the blue hose?
I think it was about 330.
330, okay. 3.5. We'll see if this goes faster. And we'll hit pause. We got the stopwatch going, so we'll hit pause to show you in a second.
31, actually.
31? 31, and how much time to get to 31?
About 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2:30, okay. Probably be 30 more seconds to get to 35, I would assume. Yeah. So fast, so convenient. I love it. You can then either help your friends or watch them suffer as they do one tire at a time. Should we check that now?
35.2 at 3 minutes, 15 seconds.
3 minutes and 15 seconds. It's done. And it's just as quick to take those air chucks off. Make sure you put your valve covers. Always have valve covers, because when you're on the trail, dust, dirt, little sticks can get jammed up in your valves. So you want to make sure you protect them. But so easy. So yeah, check it out. Thor's Lightning. If you already have a compressor, like an ARB twin compressor on board, just get the hoses. It's like 215 bucks. You can get that red hose or their original gray, or if you need the whole setup, the compressor is about $230, $235, but actually you'll get 5% off if you hit the link. So I got a link in the description below. Save money, and these things never go on sale. That's kind of like the set price, but save 5%. Hey, it all adds up. But more than saving 5%, you're gonna save time, tons of time. If you trail, multiple times a year, you're gonna save hours and hours of grief and enjoy this, where every single tire.
All right, you're good.